Well, welcome to this YouTube video. If you are viewing this, you are probably someone just like me. Someone who faced foreclosure through no fault of your own. But I want you to know that there is help for homeowners who's facing foreclosure. Dr. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. It's up to us to make good decisions so that we can help other people save what is theirs. So again, if you're reading this, then you are probably someone facing foreclosure and don't know what to do. But know that you do have options. You don't have to just accept and let them run over you, stealing what belongs to you. You can make a difference. I understand the stress you're going through. I have been fighting wrongful foreclosures, which I've come to call court sanctioned theft, since 2014. More often than not, the foreclosure proceedings are not done legally. And again, you have to make them aware of these things so that you can reclaim your home. They've gotten so used to doing things the wrong way and no one challenging them on it. So there are a number of common problems that we see with foreclosures. But again, we have to build that arsenal, that documentation, that listing of wrongful foreclosures that have been committed, bringing it to their attention so that we can get the laws changed and so that we can help more people save their homes. So some common problems with foreclosures include improper documentation, lack of transparency, loan servicing errors, predatory lending practices, inadequate loss mitigation efforts, legal challenges, and yes, unfortunately, even the courts obstructing the administration of justice. We have to hold bad actors accountable, and that includes the attorneys, the foreclosure document mills, the servicers, the existent or non existent trusts, banks, just a cadre of people who make money by stealing homes. So, what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to work to save your home. If they're not following the law to foreclose on your property illegally, you should work to save your home. Even if it just gives you more time to figure out what your next steps are going to be, it's worth the efforts. At the end of the day, they're not following the law. They'll continue to do these things until until some people stand up and make a difference. I'm asking you to be one of those persons to fight for your own home and then also to help fight for others. You have to understand we're up against a systematic process that's built on greed, that's built on lies, that's built on deceit. So we're going to need some help getting things done. I'm asking you to also to invite your God for help. I'm a Christian, and one of the things that helped me was to read Nehemiah 5 in the Bible. I asked God for wisdom on what to do. And then I listen for the answer and do what he says. This recording is a portion of that. But know at the end of the day, you have options. You are not helpless and you are not alone. Each one of us can help another. It's time to help put justice back in the justice system. Now, something that's been going on since the mortgage meltdown in the 2007 through 2010, if you will, actually we could stretch back to 2000 to 2010, is what I entitled, I've come to call court sanctioned theft, because the courts are in on it. They have bad case law in place to protect the banks because they needed to trust the banking system to work. We couldn't let people go around thinking that their money was not safe by the very institutions that uphold our financial strength, our economy, not only here but internationally. So again, I come to call it court sanctioned theft. If you choose to fight it legally, hiring an attorney is what people will recommend. I paid over $60,000 in legal fees, and the attorneys who were supposed to be on my side dragged things out, took my money, and failed to get the case to trial. They were literally working on behalf of the people that I was suing and not for me. So, if you don't know or trust an attorney, you have the right to represent yourself as a pro se litigant. Yes, it will take some time. Yes, you will have to put some work in on your part. But don't let them make you homeless and poor because of their wrongdoings without saying or doing anything. That's just allowing someone to come along and say that it's perfectly okay to lie, steal, and cheat. That's not American principles. That's not American values. I don't know when we lost our way, but it's up to strong people to take a stand so that we can put this country back on its right track. Rule of law shall apply for everyone, not just the wealthy, not just those who bribe and control those people who are part of the system. Again, it's up to us to call out what is wrong and then to help make it right. Let's stop court sanctioned theft. So what these people are doing is they're using the legal system, counting on the fact that the system is overwhelmed, that there are few judges, that businesses are supposed to be doing things upright and proper, and therefore they take the word over these multi-million-dollar companies over individual homeowners. Do y'all remember when they said, oh, they just want a free home? It's not that homeowners wanted a free home. It's that homeowners wanted the home they paid tens of thousands of dollars towards. That's what that's what would have been right. That's what we needed. That's what we wanted. That's what we still want today. When you look at how the system is working and how they're not required to provide documentation for non-judicial foreclosures, and how even when the documentation is presented, they say that we can't say anything about fraudulent, falsified business records. What type of insanity is that? They create fake paperwork and they say that I'm responsible for paying these people who created fake paperwork without adjudicating what the paperwork actually says. Fraud is fraud. If the numbers don't match, if the law don't match, if the signatures don't match, then guess what? That's falsified. It has no legal standard. It should have no weight in the court systems whatsoever because fraud should never be supported. Any Joe Blow can walk off the street and create fake paperwork. That's why we need more and more people to take a stand, to file litigation, get it on a record, get it in their system, and make them own what it is that they're doing so that we can change what it is that they're doing. So, I'm asking you to consider becoming a pro se litigant. If you do not have money for court, file what's called an informa paupers or inability to pay form. Ask the clerk of the court for the form. They'll give it to you. File it along with your temporary restraining order and your original petition to stop the foreclosure. Now, this process I'm talking about is largely for non-judicial foreclosures. I'll get into what non-judicial foreclosures are a little bit more in the next video because we want you to understand what this process is. I had a very steep learning curve and I had someone who walked me through many of the processes that I have to go through. So what they did for and with me, I'm willing to do for and with you. But again, we need your voice. So let's come together to end court-sanctioned theft. Also, I'm working with a group to make changes to non-judicial foreclosure laws across the land. We are also working to build a coalition of homeowners to combat wrongful foreclosures. They stole house after house after house after house within 5 minutes back in the 2007 through 2010. And in many instances, they're still doing it today. If you're willing to help change the laws, let us know. If you're willing to stand up and fight for your home, let us know. If you're willing to take the steps necessary to make right that which is wrong, let us know. We each have a responsibility to the other. Again, an injustice for one is an injustice for all. If you're not affected by it now, you will be affected by it later on, because greed knows no bounds. If you don't stop the atrocities now, you're opening the door for greater harm to come, because you said nothing and because you did nothing. We're giving you an opportunity to be a part of something greater and bigger, to be a sort of something that's going to help other people. Join us. Okay, so I've asked you to step up and help in numerous ways. So let me give you some options of what you can do. You can make a tax deductible donation to our 501c3 organization, and this money will go to fund assistance to struggling homeowners and offer additional services to them. Or you can, or you can join the co-op. Basically, what the co-op is a real estate investment trust that we're developing, but this one is different. This one is for homeowners. And our focus is not necessarily on just generating profit, although that's a component of it. You will make money, but you won't make the goo gobs of money that you probably would make with their investment vehicles that throw people out of their homes after they've spent tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars towards the purchase of their home. Now, our focus is helping homeowners stay within their homes, giving them the tools that they need in order to become financially independent, financially free, so that they can own their small sliver of the world, if you will. But we do it together. We keep the banking industries and those persons who have not done right out of this process, out of our pockets. We help each other. And then the third way that you can help is help us change the laws. Help us to educate lawmakers on revising laws to help homeowners facing foreclosure. We're asking your help because Congress pays attention to voters. So we need you to register to vote, and we need you to participate in the process so that we can help them help us. Lobbyists, special interest groups have people battering down their doors, making contributions to campaigns, literally buying politicians' loyalty, if you will. It's time for us to be a part of this process, because at the end of the day, it's we, the people of the United States. It is we, the people. And Congress is supposed to work for us, the people, and not just businesses. Helping businesses are good, don't get me wrong, but you need to make the playing field level. There's no reason that a banking institution should be able to present falsified documents and take somebody's home. You either have legal paperwork or you don't. So, consider one of those three options. All three are available to you, and if there's something else that you can think of that would help, please share the information. Email information is down below. Please do not send us any documents. We are not attorneys. We cannot give you legal advice, but we can coach you through the process. We can provide information on what we know. We can be a friend of the court. These things we can do to help each other, because again, it takes all of us. So thank you for listening to this video. Our next video will be released shortly. Please take a look at it, because it's going to give you more information on what this process is and some of the things that you will need to know in order to address wrongful foreclosures that's being conducted against you. Just because a person is going through something doesn't mean that you have no options. It doesn't mean that you have to just accept whatever it is that they say. Because if they're not telling you the truth, then what difference does it make any difference? Stand up for yourself. An injustice for one is an injustice for all. Again,